Welcome back to Giant Monster Week 5, and this is what we've been looking forward to, Kong Skull Island. Right out of the gate, just gotta say, I thought this movie was a fun time. Straight up, it is a monster movie first, and everything else is just kind of secondary. The movie doesn't take itself too seriously like all the other Kong movies that we've had in the past. It's straight up just here to have fun, show you a lot of cool action, a lot of cool monsters, and just to give you just all that kind of fun play. The film has all kinds of different monsters, all kinds of different action sequences for you to enjoy, and it's just a fun time. The cinematography for the film is really cool, and I think the best word to describe it is playful. There's a lot of just really cool looking shots with like the sunset, the certain perspective that you're looking at, or just some of the editing that match cuts, and it can be really funny or just really cool. The cinematography is just very well done. The film does have some serious moments, but overall it is a kind of a lighter tone, and it actually has a lot of funny moments too, which was nice to break up some of the monotony. And of course, the reason why you come to see the film is Kong himself, and I just gotta say, he does have a good amount of screen time. I know the Godzilla film from 2014, a lot of people complained about he was barely in the movie. Well, in this film, Kong is in a pretty good amount of it. Kong himself I thought was pretty cool. He's of course much bigger in size because he's going to be fighting Godzilla in the future, and he's played as a little bit different than you might expect. You don't really get to know him as far as like a personality for Kong that much. They play him off more like they kind of did in Godzilla 2014, where he's just sort of a force of nature, kind of doing his own thing, but he's also kind of like a protector at the same time. The special effects on all the monsters, and especially Kong, are very well done. All the human characters in this film are pretty generic. Tom Hiddleston is just kind of your charismatic good guy. Brie Larson is just kind of there. She doesn't really do much, and she's not really that important, unfortunately. John Goodman was good in this movie, but it was kind of like the Bryan Cranston situation in Godzilla 2014. He did a little bit, and then they just kind of didn't know what to do with him after that. The two actors who hold this film together are Samuel L. Jackson and John C. Reilly. John C. Reilly comes into the film, and he's just very funny, but his character also has a reason for why he's like kind of off and kind of goofy, and it does make sense in the context of the film, so that was really good. He did have some very funny parts, I must say. I did laugh out loud. Sam Jackson, he is probably the actor that holds this movie together. He has all the best lines. He's mad pretty much the entire movie. And of course, it's Sam Jackson. He's a cool guy. There's a couple of moments in the movie where they're doing kind of a throwback in Sam Jackson's career. There's a quote from Jurassic Park in this film, and there's a line in the film that feels very much like the Bible quote from Pulp Fiction in this. It's not the same quote or anything, but just the style and the way it's delivered feels very much like that. The film has a lot of nods to Kong history of past films in the franchise, but I do appreciate that this film is not a remake in any way, and it's really just trying to be its own thing. And that own thing is really just to be a fun monster movie. So yeah, overall, like I said, it's a very just have a blast, have a good time kind of movie. Not meant to take it too seriously. Fortunately, the human characters aren't great, but all the monster stuff is just fantastic. Try to see it on the biggest screen that you can with the best sound system. And for the love of Kong, stay after the credits. You will not be disappointed. 31 Film Talk film grade for Kong Skull Island. Just because it was so much fun, even though with some of the film's shortcomings, I'm going to give it a B+.